Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of the AYT panel. Today, we have special guest Good Games RR joining us.
Hey, it's me.
Today, we're going to be
Cheers.
going over, I guess, just your experiences that you've had on YouTube so far, and the things you've learned.
Okay.
So let's get straight into it.
Alright, so I'm a YouTuber with like 9 subscribers. And, well, past couple weeks that I've been working on my channel, I've learned that, you kind of wanna just go all out with all your videos. You wanna make it captivating, and almost like your audience is like with you, And one of my newest videos, the Rex Talk series, is a prime example. So you want to have probably like some background music, subtitles, and I don't know, maybe some special effects even, if you want to. And definitely cut out parts that are unnecessary in videos. It's a very good thing. And then you can add unique transitions to keep the audience, just like, oh, hey, that's pretty weird looking or cool looking, Just try to make your videos interesting. And, well, you should probably get access to special features so you can get things like custom thumbnails or streaming, because those things are very useful. And I plan to get them soon. So yeah, cheers.
Speaking of streaming, to any YouTubers out there who are thinking of doing live streams on your channel, if you're thinking of doing live streams at any point, go to YouTube Studio and request permission to stream live. If your channel already has been verified, which all you have to do is just have your channel with content on it, really. If your channel is verified, you can just go to YouTube Studio and request permission to live stream, and all you have to do after that is wait 24 hours, so when the time comes to actually stream, you won't have to wait. So you should definitely do that. So, one thing you mentioned is subtitling.
Yeah.
How important do you think that subtitling is?
It on the list of importancy, it's like not that important, but I feel that having custom subtitles that you yourself edited are amazing, because then you know that it's not going to be Google. Because I know for me personally, I have voice cracks very often. So sometimes the subtitles are like, I say coffee and they say spaghetti. And it's just incorrect. So when I have custom editable subtitles, I can make sure that it's fine-tuned to what I actually said. And I can maybe add an extra interesting font.
Yeah.
But that's just personal preference. Oh.
Interesting. I was originally planning to do subtitles on all my videos, but since I've been uploading so much and the videos are so long, I have actually never really gotten around to doing it. The only videos I've subtitled are ones where I need the subtitles to play an important role. So, Gigi, I understand that you're primarily a Rec Room YouTuber, aspiring RecTuber. How has your experience with that been?
Honestly, I'm thinking I'm probably gonna go to making, not just Rec Room videos. Thinking about Lethal Company, maybe, let's see, maybe even Minecraft.
So perhaps a little bit of variety gaming, or just those two?
Kind of variety gaming.
Alright.
I also wish you to please join my Discord server. The link will be hopefully somewhere up there in the editing. I would love that. Also, make sure to join CQC Official.
Yep, that is our Discord. If you want to be in the community and get notified when recordings are going to happen and potentially feature in one of them, you should definitely join that server. It's going to be in the description. So one thing I will say about variety gaming, it is a pretty good method if you don't have just one game that you want to do in specific. However, it's important to have your niche. Have something that makes you stand out. If your videos are to succeed, you need to have something that sets you apart. Whether that be like a style of jokes, your general attitude, just something that makes you unique. It could be a little animated avatar, a way of speaking, just something that people can identify as you, and it will make you stand out that much more.
Okay.
If you try to please everyone, you'll end up pleasing no one.
I never thought about that. What was that noise? Sorry. I tried to say I never thought about it that way.
Alright, let's get this cup out of here. So, Gigi, you mentioned that you've been thinking about doing game shows.
I think I did, yeah. So yeah. I'll be hosting game shows in my Discord server from time to time. And basically, it'll be this kind of thing of... It's almost like a D&D game show. So, you can move any square, like, vertically and horizontally from you. And it'll basically be... There'll be some enemies and some little, like... There'll be other players. And you'll have power, status effects, and occasionally there will be tournaments. Yeah.
I have played one of these with him. It was pretty fun. The more people we had, it would probably be that much more fun.
Agreed.
So, do you have any, like, big things you're thinking of doing? Any, like, major projects?
Actually, yes. I'm thinking about doing, well, not thinking of, I'm actually working on a secret little game thing. I wonder what that's about. So it's gonna be this little game. I'm not allowed to leak information about it, but it's basically gonna be a game. It's kinda, how do I explain it without leaking info?
A game in Rec Room, I assume?
It's retro. No, it's actually made using Unity. So yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's about computer stuff. That's the most I can say. So, be on the lookout for that. And yeah, it should be... Actually, wait, no, I'm not supposed to say the release date. We don't have an exact release date. It's just like, hopefully this goal. Anyway, yeah. Excited for that. A little passion project. Yep.
Well, that sounds cool. Excited to hear more about that.
Alright, well, now that you've been asking me all these questions, I'm sure the audience is wondering about you. Specifically me. Your new series, Kingdom Engineering. My goodness, that is a masterpiece. We need more videos of Kingdom Engineering.
Okay, so...
Please.
For those of you who don't know, those of you who are just listening to this podcast, I do a little series about Tears of the Kingdom called Kingdom Engineering, where I use the parts in Tears of the Kingdom in somewhat unconventional ways and show you how to use those to create amazing inventions, basically. It's pretty cool, and yes, I have heard people asking me when new episodes of that are coming. Where did you go? Oh.
I fell out of my seat. By the way, one of those is me. Me.
Yes,
Me.
he's the one asking the most, actually.
Dude,
So,
I love this. I love that game.
I have no plans to film the next episode of Kingdom Engineering until I've done another episode of GX Games. And I'm
What's
going.
GX Games?
Okay, I'm so glad you asked. GX Games is a little series where I basically. GX Games is a little series where originally I played games in the Opera GX browser. That was how it started out. And this actually brings me to another point I've been wanting to talk about: engagement with the community. When I initially made the series, it only got 8 views. Compared to my other videos, which were getting like an average of 20 views, I thought that was pretty bad, and so I initially just unlisted it. Marked it as discontinued, it was over. Then a little while later, I was curious, so I hosted a poll asking if people would like me to discontinue. I put up 2 series that I was considering discontinuing. It was Elden Ring from 4 and GX Games from me. And I actually got more votes than I was expecting to keep the series going. So now, GX Games is getting a complete overhaul, which illustrates my point that it is very crucial to ask the community things and interact with them. Because if you have something you're unsure about, your fans will, at least like a handful of people, will probably be willing to help you out if you make a community post. So I definitely recommend building a strong fan base with people who will interact with you and the vice versa.
Real quick, can we talk about my series Rec Talks?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Alrighty. Real quick, little segment. I'm making a series called Rec Talks. Basically, it's where I talk about little, concepts in Rec Room. Maybe it'll be games. Or my first one was RecCon Keynote and how they're bringing back Double Shot. Oh, interesting. And Crescendo Quest. So yeah, it's my series that I'm working on. And I'm about to make a community post for what my next video should be on, Rec Talks. So please, take a vote. Thank you. Okay, Hawk. Final question for you. Well, maybe not final, but on your channel, I've seen the bizarre adventure, the creature, the quantity, the concept. What do all these mean?
Okay.
It doesn't make any sense. Can you please explain?
Alright, so this is quite a fun story. And also relates to something else I was about to bring up. My channel used to be called Hawk Shadow. But the thing is, it's run by 3 people. Me, Hawk, and 2 other people I know, 4 and Joestar. The 3 of us together record videos and publish them, and we just run the channel together. And the thing is, the channel was originally called Hawk Shadow, but that didn't really account for all 3 of us. So we were brainstorming a name, and there was one day I was out taking a walk, and I was calling 4, and I said to him, I don't know how I'm supposed to come up with a name that connects all 3 of us. I'm working with a bird, a number, and an anime. How do I combine those? And he said, yeah, there's no possible way that you could come up with a combination of those. And so, if there's one thing I'm good at, and this is a very good skill to have, it's thinking up jokes on the fly. If you can think of clever jokes, puns, way to like spin stuff in a humorous manner, it can seriously boost the quality of your content. Like, for example, in one of my shorts, I apparently said, "It's that shrimple," without even realizing I was making the shrimple joke. And so I said to Four, "Man, I'm working with a creature, a quantity, and a concept." Just quickly altered the words in a
Wait a minute.
way that sounded good in a string. And then I was like, hang on, that actually sounds pretty good.
Wait a minute.
And he liked it as well, and we ran it by Joestar, and all three of us liked the name. The creature, the quantity, and the concept, alternatively shortened to the CQC, which, in case you're wondering, James, in case you're wondering,
James.
does not, in fact, stand for close quarters combat. James.
Who's James?
Don't worry about it.
Skull.
Did you just narrate? Okay, never. We're not gonna address that.
Skull emoji. Insert skull emoji.
Well, this is Matt Rhodes. Anyways,
Anyway.
so yeah, that's where the name came from.
Interesting.
We're in the middle of rebranding right now, and I'm going to launch a proper channel trailer, which is another point that I was meaning to get to. Channel trailers are important. You need to, with them, they're the first thing that someone will see when they click on your channel, and they play automatically. So the first 3 seconds of your channel trailer needs to grab the viewer's attention so they want to watch the rest of the trailer so they can see what you do. But do you have something to
Actually.
say?
Yes, actually. That was my first video. So it was something along the lines of, let me actually pull it up real quick. It's just like a general little intro. I should probably revamp it. And yeah, I also have an actual intro for all my videos. As seen in the Rec Talks episode. Oh, what was that? Sorry, I had a cough coming on.
So yeah, that does remind me.
Yeah.
One thing about rebranding your channel, it can be very useful if you are trying to like change the direction that you're going. But I will say, if you rebrand too often, like if you're indecisive and keep changing stuff, people are going to get confused. So if you make a big change, you need to address it and then stick with it for at least a month. Because you can't be changing things a lot, you know?
Real quick, that's another thing though, is the unique part of your channel can also be partially like, I don't know, how mine has like this little intro thing. It says good games RR, rec room games, things, whatever it says. I forgot what it says. And yeah, you want to have something like that maybe. Because that might be like, oh hey, it's kind of a little introductory in case it's new people, or and make sure it's got some interesting music. You want to start off all your videos with a banger. Just
If
do it.
you're
It's a
going
good
for
idea.
that kind of intro, which is completely
If
optional.
you are. My channel's supposed to be upbeat, and it's actually a play on words. So I spent a lot of time where I actually have anger issues, and so I can get really angry easily. But I used to rage even more in games specifically when I was younger. And
Didn't we all?
I just got so mad at the phrase GG's and good game. And now it's my channel name. And it's my name for most everything because I am now all about being a good sport. That's why
awesome,
whenever
man.
I see someone being toxic in a game, I'm like, man, that used to be me. And how people can change. And yeah.
And also goes to show something interesting, which is that if people are being like toxic and angry all the time, there is a good chance that they're just having a bad day. So even if you're like talking to someone who's getting really mad, the best approach is always to be kind. Even if they respond to it by saying horrible things, it's always
Kill it
better
with
to be
kindness.
kind. Exactly.
That's what my mom used to always say to me.
Now, I want to talk about copyright. So,
Oh
odds
no.
are, if you've been on YouTube for a bit, you have probably encountered a copyright claim at least once. Now keep in mind, a copyright claim is not the same as a strike, because a lot of the copyrighted music that is usually used in videos will be marked as allowed to be used on YouTube. But let me quickly tell you what that means. On your videos, if you see that it says the word copyright, but you haven't received a notification about a strike, don't worry, your channel is not in danger. However, if you are monetized or want to get monetized, you will want to address that immediately. Because while YouTube says that the copyright has no impact on your video, what it means is all ad revenue from that video will go to the producers of the music instead of you. And they don't tell you that. So that's something you need to be
Real quick
wary
pointer.
about.
I just checked 3 of my videos, and 3 of them say copyright. Wait, how is Golden Trophy copyrighted?
Probably just music you used somewhere.
Interesting.
So it's very important to be vigilant and watch out for that if you're trying to get money from YouTube, which a lot of us probably are. I know I am.
I'm getting money from I'm going to be getting money from the game I'm working on. That's another thing. Education and money, along with YouTube, and balancing between the two. I know for me personally, I always feel like I'm busy making games and such, and I'm trying to work on projects that I just don't have enough time for YouTube.
I feel like
How would I?
the amount of time that you put into things depends entirely on how interested you are in seeing them do well that much faster. Because the thing is, even if you don't put a lot of effort into YouTube, if you just make like a few videos, with time, they will, as long as you're remembering the things that you've learned from past videos and improving, over time, you will still grow. It just won't be necessarily as fast as if you're making more content a lot of the time. And if you start making content when you're younger, you have more time for those videos to take off and for your channel to be doing well by the time that you need money. However, that's saying, do not, if you're young and still in school, unless this is something that you genuinely want to do as a career, do not rush off and start doing YouTube. Save it for only when you have time for it. Because the fact of the matter is that when you start at YouTube, you tend to get obsessed a lot. And I said this in the introduction episode, YouTube can be a lot like a drug. When you're just starting out, every single waking moment, it's gonna feel like, okay, how is it doing now? How is it doing now? And that could ruin your relationships with your friends and even your family. So if you're still in school and or young, and you're not thinking of YouTube as something that you want to spend possibly the rest of your life doing, don't put that much, don't obsess over it. That is a lesson that I feel like everybody needs to hear at least once.
Yeah, definitely. I will say that another thing is my channel has been on, let's see, so go to my channel, and I have had my first video was made 1 month ago. I have 1 month of experience. And what can I say except the first couple weeks were just like, oh my goodness, I'm so scared. I'm like, wow, man, I should have edited this video, nitpicking every single detail. I couldn't even watch a YouTube video normally after that, like for a little while. I was just like, no, this is wrong, and I was just being this little critique, and it was insane.
Yeah,
But the only thing that I didn't critique as much was my own content. Never be afraid to nitpick your own content. Sometimes you need to know your limits of how much you should nitpick on your own content, but generally, you can just go all out when you have the time.
yeah,
What can I say? It works out.
totally agree. And when you're starting YouTube, the best thing to do is to prioritize quantity over quality. Because you're not gonna. The fact of the matter is, you're not gonna be perfect the first time. You're not gonna. Your first video is not going to be the most amazing content, the most amazing piece of content ever produced. It's simply not. Unless you have like years of film experience before you start YouTube, it's not gonna be the best video ever. Each video is a learning experience, so the more you create, the more learning experience you have, and the more you can improve in your future videos. Like, my introduction video, it was horrible. It was unscripted, I didn't know what I was doing, my mic quality was terrible. Everything about it, most everything about it was bad. But it taught me a lot, such as how to improve my mic quality, how to have less awkward scenes, how to prepare the people I'm recording with for the scenes that we're filming. It's important to just try everything and learn as much as you can.
Okay. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
So yeah, I think
Yippee.
we're gonna end it there. We're gonna wrap that up. Thank you, Gigi, for being on the show. I really enjoyed having you here with us.
Yep. Appreciate it.
See you guys in the next one.
I will see you around.